It's been a good afternoon for the Bucks. They've won 3-1 against Curzon Ashton here at the new Bucks head in National League North, and I have manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, you pleased with that performance result? I suppose it's all about getting the 3 points.
Yeah, all about getting the 3 points. I think at this stage of the season, that's all that really matters. But I thought the performance was magnificent. Last sort of 20-25 minutes, it went a little bit flat. Then we've got to learn to generate our own energy. We can't just rely on the crowd all the time. The game was sort of a bit done and dusted, wasn't it? So naturally it went flat, and the lads, we just spoke there about how we've got to create our own energy and have our own driving force. Because like I say, it went a bit flat. Bit disappointed to concede the goal, but ultimately, like I say, it's 3 points and a really good performance to go into next week.
Sure, and I guess positive from that is Andrew Brown gets a start, scores. Probably maybe should have had another one as well, and that's all good with the games that are coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've been speaking to him all year about how we want to play a certain way, and he didn't quite fit into that, but we would evolve to it. And it's credit to him. He deserves all the credit because he's trusted me. He's believed everything I've told him. It's all come to fruition, and he now realises what I was talking about. So we've evolved to him really, and it's testament to him that he's been so patient and he's reaping the rewards now. Because I thought he was unbelievable the other night, and I thought he was superb today. For me, he was my man of the match. Sure,
and an opportunity to give Danilo a game out of the spotlight and just rest him a little.
Dan's been feeling his hamstring a little bit this week, so yeah, it's a good chance, and it worked out well. It could have backfired on us, but it worked out well to give him a rest. And but as we've seen here, during the cool down, he still wants to keep going, and that's testament to him and his character. But it was a good opportunity to give him a bit of downtime, and as part of growth and players. Young players, I was the same. You want to be in every training session, you want to be in every match, but sometimes you've got to have a bit of downtime to let your body recover in the right way to get going again. So but I thought Marcus fully deserved this start after coming on and playing really well the other night. So look, we're very lucky in that area, aren't we? We've got 4 very, very good strikers, and we're able to tinker it. So it worked out quite well today.
Sure. Nice to get a few goals on the board as well, and an unlikely source as well in Steph Morley.
Yeah, the free kick, with him and Brendan, that's what we've got with them. Whenever they step up, we expect them to score. I suppose it's a little bit spoilt really, but it's a great finish for the first goal. I thought the second one, regardless of who finished it, I just thought it was a great move. Brilliant move all round, and he managed to finish it with that right foot swinger.
Yeah, it was a really nice finish. And that kind of knocked Curzon Ashton back, didn't it? 2 goals that quickly, I think.
Yeah, but then going into half time, the next goal's always going to be key, isn't it? So we were very, very big on that, and for Dre to get the goal 3-0, the game was pretty dead then really. But again, that's where we've got to learn to be a bit ruthless and stick a foot on the accelerator. But again, we're evolving as a group. We're very, very new. It's our first season. I've said it previously. All the other teams, probably other than Chester, have been together for numerous years now. So it's testament to the lads, and we're from the team that opened the day against Southport, we're a completely different outfit now. So it's it's exciting to be a part of.
Sure, and with the results around you as well, I know 1 or 2 surprises perhaps wouldn't have counted on everybody, sort of like in the race for those playoff places, winning today, but they did. It's important to match their results, isn't it?
Well, you can't count your chickens, can you? Because there's going to be some ups and downs in these next 3 games. All we can do is focus on ourselves. We've got 3 very tough games, but ones that we're capable of getting points out of. So we're going to have to work very hard, which we'll do this week. We'll be very focused on Hereford away, and making sure that we come back there with all 3 points. But it's a very difficult task, and we've got to be at our best to do so.
Sure. Okay, a couple of things away from today's game. Obviously, a little bit of a disappointment in that Ellis Deeney, the appeal against his suspension wasn't overturned. Won't say too much about that, I guess, because it's.
I'm happy to say as much as you want. I'm absolutely shocked that it wasn't overturned. We even had our referee here on Tuesday night was absolutely sure that we'd have it overturned. Not only did we have the video evidence, which, if a referee's saying he's stamped, there's got to be a stamp in action for a stamp to happen. That wasn't there. It was clear that the 2 players had just come together, and Adam Blakeman, fair play to him. Great character that he is, and matches his ability as a player. Really great lad. Obviously, I know his brother well, but he wrote a reference just to say no, nothing in it, just to coming together. How can that even be ignored? I wonder whether they've even looked at it, and I'm questioning the integrity of the people involved, because have they even looked at it? Because if you do look at it, you can't help but question that, and you've got to be 100% sure. And in this case, they haven't been 100% sure. And for me, that's incompetence. So, he's now out for 3 games. That's massive for us. And they look at that, they overturn it. I wonder whether they had a bit of a busy day having to deal with the Neil Warnock stuff, and whether they didn't get round to it, and we needed an answer, and that was their easiest answer. So I know that'll be a bit controversial, but it's how I feel, and it's important that you know, they know what is the point of an appeals policy system. You know, it's crazy. I'm still, even now, shocked. But listen, we're a good group. We have to focus on ourselves. We are a good group. We've got good strength in depth. You know, and Ellis will be ready for that last game of the season if he's required.
Yeah, and I think that was what struck me about the statement that came out last night was, you know, amongst that, yeah, obviously the disappointment that it wasn't, you know, overturned, but straight away it's, you know, there's that thing, we've got a strong group and people respond, and we'll just get on and do it without him.
It won't faze us. We've obviously got to be very resolute, and it's a disappointment to lose him, but look, you know, we're spoilt. We've got Jonathan Royals coming in his place, so you know, there's not many teams that be able to swap a player like that, you know, and replace it with a player like Jonathan Royal. So yeah, we're fortunate and we're strong enough, and we certainly won't have anyone feeling sorry for ourselves.
Sure. And I suppose the last thing I must mention, obviously there's a lot of delight amongst the supporters last night with the news that you committed yourself to another couple of years at the club. Happy to get that done, to be able to concentrate on what's ahead now? Yeah,
it's been a big year. You know, what I'll say is a massive thank you to everyone at the club. You know, I think the supporters deserve to know that a lot of people have put themselves out this year, including myself, Phil, Jamie, Mark Sherville and Matthew Barnes-Over, for no financial reward. You know, we've been at this club to purely try and get this club back to where it needs to be. And if we wanted a team like we've got, we needed to invest our staff budget into the playing budget, and we did that. And now the club have evolved, and it's credit to people like Andy Price and Ian Dosser, who've really for the last 3 years have got this club back to where it hasn't just been through this year. You know, Rob Edwards last year for me really instilled a good season for us, you know, and gave us a big foundation for us to build on this year. So there's a lot of people that deserves thanks that got us to this position. I know I'll get a lot of the adulation, that's really flattering, but there's so many people who put themselves out this year selflessly, you know, and like I say, a lot of people won't see the work that goes on behind the scenes with, you know, Luke Shelley and Andy Price and Ian Dosser and all of those guys, but you know, the playing staff this year have really put themselves out as well, you know, and I don't think many people will do what they've done, including myself. You know, we've backed the club and we've wanted to get it back, and now we get our rewards. You know, now the club have had the foresight to go, right, now everyone deserves to get what they get. We're able to make that next step. It does bring us back to square one, which is absolutely fine, but it gives us some sustainability and a real chance to build, and that's why everyone putting themselves out this year has been so important, and I'm really thankful for that, and it's a pleasure to be amongst this good bunch of people.
Okay, that's terrific, Gavin.
Cheers,
thanks
mate.
very much for your time. Well done today. Cheers. Thank you.